We all knew this was coming. From the moment we watched Cars on the Road and saw all of those reskin models from Cars 3 and Cars 2, and even some just straight copy and paste, like in the Salt Flats episode, you have Fishtail basically without any decals, and now the name is Lou. It's so funny to me. Oh, and speaking of Fishtail, well, he's back here, but now as Jason Roadkey. I mean, even down to the exhaust pipe sticking out of the hood, he's basically the same. Now, looks like a different model, which is awesome by flattening him out a little bit, not making him look as demo derby-y, if that makes any sense. But all that aside, obviously Mattel was like, they were like licking their lips when they saw what Pixar did. They're like, wow, you guys made it so easy on us. Like, whoa, we don't have to make anything too new. But no, seriously, I am very excited about Jason Roki. He looks incredible, and he's very heavy too. Maybe I've just been holding on to like Jessica Carvill for too long because she is super light. And GRC Francesco also very light. But either way, this brand new character, brand new release came out of 2024 Singles Case H, which I just reviewed, link in the description, and card session pop up in the top right hand corner. If you guys have not seen, this case is awesome. You have the debut of the GRC line with Francesco and Lightning McQueen. You also have Komodo and Mater characters back in Komodo here, and he's basically metallic now. And then after Jason, we will review Jessica Carvill, that pink pitty that is basically... yeah, I mean, it's a reskin of Guido. So yeah, reskins are going to be quite the conversation over the next few months here as we get more into the Cars on the Road nitty gritty characters like we just did with Justin Roadritter 2 weeks ago now. Crazy. But yeah, very excited. Like I said, he looks cool. He feels hefty, worth the money, even if it's $5 at Target, which it's not because he hasn't hit the US yet, but you guys get my point. So yeah, the artwork looks awesome. Looks very ravenous, like a Rumbler should. I do believe Jason gets quite a bit of screen time in the episode. Maybe it's multiple Fishtail reskins, but either way, we'll get to his appearance later on. Obviously new for 2024. This case has hit Greece, Mexico, Canada, and Australia, not the US yet. As the time of recording this, the US is stuck on case G. And I shouldn't even say stuck because I haven't even sniffed case G or case F for that matter. But I mean, hopefully we get case H in soon. That's basically what I'm trying to get at here. I would love that for everyone. Hopefully Target steps up their game because they've stalled out on case E. No Targets have reported of getting in case F as far as I know, let alone case G. Now on the back here, speaking of all those older cases, these are all the characters and cars in those older cases. You have President Mater from case E, Space Creature McQueen, and Quadrotorquesar from case C. In fact, my Meyer just restocked the day I'm recording this with a full case C. And like if this was January or February, I'd be stoked. I still was pretty excited because I love the Quadrotorquesar, but it was just like, oh, dude, it's like my Meyer does not restock singles that often. And when they take like 5 steps backwards, it's like, it's really, really damaging to the psyche. But then these are all the case D debuts, Deputy McQueen Hazard, Lightning McQueen Slime. That's a lot. Cave Mater, and then the Tractor Ghost up there. So that was a great case. And I just hope that they update these card backs to reflect, some of the newer Cars on the Road releases that are out right now, like, Jessica Carvill, Jason Roki, but yeah, they have not updated those yet. This guy is on a bad card, so I have no qualms whatsoever about ripping into him. Speaking of which, let's do that. At least we know Mattel won't have any excuses to not make some of these background characters like, oh, well, we don't have the model for that. Like, it's too intricate. No, you already have the model for it. And I would not be surprised if 2025 we get the Superfly Road Rumbler or the one that looks like River Scott or Gearston Marshall. You know what I'm saying? Because they're there. There's a lot of them, in fact. And so would not be surprised at all. It's pretty much an inevitability at this point because we did get, the broadside one. And here we are with the fishtail one. Squat was unique, but Yeah, Squat's kind of like an odd bird in and of herself, and so was Jeremy, even though Jeremy technically was also kind of a repaint. But there is Jason Roadkey in the episode. I will try and put as many pictures of him that I can find there on the screen. But I will say, like, despite all this negativity, I think this is a top 10 2024 release right now. Like, I am getting, like, giddy as we're about to review him. Like, this is a big car. Fishtail, get over here. Fishtail is, I mean, the fact that he's all bent up, especially in the back, makes him look smaller. But Jason's got some length on him. Like, here, let's do it this way. It's hard to see. There you go. Yeah, Jason's longer. Jason, I mean, it's a different model for sure. He's got the mohawk, so we don't necessarily want to attribute that to his height, but he's a bigger casting for sure. He's got a larger mouth there, a little bit more of a scream than Fishtail's snarly growl. I'm very impressed with Jason already off the bat here, so let's just focus on him for what he is, and then we'll compare him to Fishtail and also, Jambalaya Chimichanga for that matter in a moment here. But yeah, the expression's awesome. It's kind of similar. It's a little lazier expression than the card art. Like, his eyes aren't as excited. They're a little bit more relaxed and lazy, like I said. But the mouth is very similar to what it looks like in the card art, which is really cool. Like, they did a great job recreating that mouth, like where the gaps in the teeth are and all that. So I am a huge fan of this guy's expression. The eye plate, it's a little jarring because the eyelid color is a little different from the body color, but it looks fine. You do have the plastic exhaust pipes. They're in there firm. Like, they are not bendy at all. Same thing with the mohawk, so be careful. You don't want to break those off, even though they are plastic pieces. The tires, kind of like a nice dirty pink almost, like similar color to the mohawk up here. The front tires are smooth. The back tires are treaded, which is the same deal as Fishtail. TO9A means he was produced during the 9th week of 2024 at the A factory in Thailand. There's your product code. There's Mattel's address in the Netherlands, believe it or not. But yeah, nice gray base, which, I don't know. You don't get a gray base all that often. Lots of black bases, but gray base, like, interesting. But yeah, I love how he's got all these like doodads kind of printed onto him here. Now again, this is the reskin coming out here, like this bar that has his door shut. That is from Fishtail there, as you can see with the Wild Bill's text. That's like the same type of deal. These two bars over that window, they are here as well. The two bars over the back window, they're present. So as excited as I am, and I still really like this car, still a reskin. Like, there's no way around it. It is a reskin of Fishtail. I do like the mohawk a lot here. Yeah, that's some firm plastic. So yeah, be careful with that. God, what does this remind me of? Oh yeah, this does remind me of McQueen's mohawk. I was like, it was like a muscle memory thing. It wasn't even my brain thinking there. Like, what other Road Rumbler has a mohawk? I'm like, muscle memory. Oh, I'm like feeling it. That was so weird. But yeah, McQueen. See, McQueen's mohawk is way more bendable. I don't know why. Yeah, I keep wanting to call him Fishtail, but Jason's is firmer. And then Squat's was like super rubbery bendy. Like, so this is one end of the spectrum. This is the other end of the spectrum there. But yeah, it still looks really cool. I just love the like gritty, weathered paint job and look that they gave to him. I think it's super accurate for being out there in the wasteland for obvious reasons. You got the bar here on the back that kind of serves as a spoiler of sorts. And Fishtail did have that, but his back end was all bent up, kind of like, akin to how Taco and T-Bone are all bent up. If they weren't as bent up, they would look like a lot of other cars that we know. But yeah, you could see a lot of similarities in the mold, even though, like I said, it technically is a new casting. Like, some of the dents are carried over onto Jason. The treads on the tires carried over. I will say these front tires are thicker than the ones on Fishtail there, so take note of that, and that's a good thing. But the back ones are the same. Very cool. I like this guy a lot. Like, yeah, I think right now he's a top 10 release for 2024. Will that hold? I don't know. I know GRC McQueen, Chris Freightman, Tony Motorfelt probably will end up getting booted, but he's in there right now. Jason Roadkey, Ken Enginoki, NASCAR Lightning McQueen. Those are all top 10 at the moment. I'm trying to think. Cave Mater might be top 10. I don't think Tractor Ghost or either of those early McQueen variants make it into the top 10. Roadette Marker or President Mater definitely do not. Yeah, no, I think, I mean, maybe like Space Creature McQueen slips in right now, but he'll end up getting booted. Justin Roadrunner is pretty cool as well. So, yeah, some stiff competition. I think I like him more than Justin Roadrunner, which might be a little blasphemous because Justin Roadrunner has a little bit more going on, even though he is a reskin of Broadside as well. You know, he's got the weapon here on his roof. But yeah, both, I mean, you could clearly tell they're on the same team because they have very similar aesthetics. That grit, like brown, tan, soot paint job, essentially, with all the random bars over them. And it's like basically, you know, the Demolition Derby characters all made into rumblers. And yeah, with some weapons. Poor Jason doesn't have any weapons, though. Yeah, good stuff. Like I said, he is, you know, first derivative, Fishtail. Second derivative, you have Jambalaya Chimichanga. Like kind of similarly structurally, like you could see how the grill overhangs the mouth a little bit. You do have that with Jambalaya, but Jambalaya has a lot of other differences. Doesn't have any of those like bars really. Like his bars like flip downwards so it doesn't create the spoiler in the back. This is the rubber tire version, by the way, from China. Jason's just like a girthy car. I know it sounds weird, but there's no other way to explain it. Like he's long and solid. And I'm a big fan. And yeah, that sounded weird, but what the hell else? I have no other way to describe him. Don't yell at me. Yeah, guys, I like him a lot. I'm a huge fan, despite him being a reskin. Like two things can be true at once. I'm disappointed in how many reskins they used in Cars on the Road. At the same time, still made for a banger release. Let me know in the comments section below, who is your favorite Road Rumbler up to this point? They've done 6 unique characters from the episode. You have Squat, Justin Roadrunner, Ken Enginoki, who's kind of like his own thing. I wanted to say her own thing, but his own thing because he's on the other side of the fence being with the environmental faction. You have Jeremy, who is, you know, very akin to these 3. And the leader, Chieftess, who not really similar looking, but the leader of the clan nonetheless. So there are your 6. You could also bring McQueen and Mater into it as well if you wish. It's a really great group of cars here. I'm a huge fan of what they've done with the Road Rumblers episode releases so far. I obviously wish they did Cap'n Long Leggy, but I have a custom version, so I'm totally cool with it now. And yeah, they're doing just a good job with balance for all the episodes. Like with Salt Fever, they went a little crazy. 9 characters, if I count correctly. Peggy Liner, Speed Demon, Sarah Cox, Roki, Reba Koss, Royce Revsley, Kirsten Marshall, Mark Sontiber, and That's Jammin'. They've done a lot of clowns. And yeah, they're kind of rounding everything out. Like, okay, let's do some more ghosts. Let's do some more from the movie episode. And let's do some more Rumbler type stuff. We know that we have Jessica Carvill coming. We know we have Barney Cones from Salt Fever. Who else is coming from Cars on the Road still? Oh, we do have, yeah, Salt Fever still gets hit a little hard. Byron Crash Forth is coming. You do have another ghost on its way. Hopefully next year we get some more Rumblers. Either way, thank you as always for your support. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.